The Danger Boy Deegan Levi Kitchen saga continues. Hey everybody, Walty Wanderers, buckle up, strap in. We got a hard-hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows or sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Welcome to the show. I hope everybody's doing great. Let's jump back on the moto merry-go-round and examine the good, the bad, and maybe a little bit of the ugly.
No, Walty, not the ugly. Only examine rainbows and sunshine and Pride Month.
No. Somebody's got to read between the lines and look between the industry ruts. We got some ruts to look through today. Welcome to the show. I hope everybody's doing great. So the biggest story, one of the biggest stories, I would say it's the biggest story at round 2 of Super Duper was Levi Kitchen's takeout move or pass, depending on which way you want to look at it, on Danger Boy Deegs. Now, Danger Boy Deegs, you know, he's not making friends out there. He's kind of like me in the fact he's not here to make friends. He's here to do his thing. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, we embrace that. I kind of smell something over at the Deegan camp, though, because the way I see Danger Boy Deegs interacting when he's interviewed is he is really like, he looks at these, I mean, even JT, who's actually really cool. He just like, he almost looks at them like the enemy. Like, yeah, I'm here, I'm locked in, I'm going to go, whatever. Like, he's really, like, before he was talking a little more, talking a little smack. It's gnarly. It's going to be interesting to see what he has to say moving forward leading up to this next race. Because I'm sure he's going to start running his mouth again, because really the championship now is a little out of reach. It looks like Smokin' Joe, in fact, the ball is clearly, I shouldn't say the ball's in his court because Ricky will use that next week in the broadcast because we're trying to push ball sports, but you guys get what I mean. Definitely, I would say Shimoda's in the driver's seat right now, and Deegs is going to need a lot of luck. Now, I like this because, you know, if you have to overcome adversity, it only builds character. And this is racing, right? We always talk about this. This is Gladiator Games, blood sport. This is modern day Evel Knievel stuff. We don't sugarcoat it. And, you know, this is, I mean, a lot can happen, right? A lot can happen with racing. And, you know, the thing is about Deegs is like he'll ride you hard, but he's not like, well, he did that to Cole Davies last year in Supercross. He parked him. So, you know, what comes around goes around, right? Karma can rear its ugly head at any time. And that's basically what happened for Deegan here. For me, you know, I think this was a racing incident more than a takeout, but it was definitely a fine line. I think that they were definitely both in the heat. Or, you know, Kitchen was coming through with a head full of steam. You know, it was still the first lap. The adrenaline's just pumping at that point. Your heart rate's going through the roof. He saw a window open, and he tried to freaking step through it, and he took his chance. And unfortunately, like Rick, one thing I do like what Ricky says, if you're going to take somebody out, don't take yourself out doing it. And that's exactly, it would have been different. Had Levi not gone down and just took out Danger Boy, I don't know, maybe that would have been a good thing. Maybe would cheer, because Danger Boy right now, he's almost to the point now, he's almost becoming a little bit of this villain, unlikable guy. But on the other hand, we kind of like the fact that at least he's being himself. It's like the Kurt Cobain quote, you know, I'd rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I'm not. He's out there just being himself, and I appreciate that. I'm always going to be a huge fan. The Deegans, they came up the hard way. Well, Danger Boy didn't, but his dad definitely did, and that DNA is in him, and I'm sure his dad has ingrained a lot of that in him. But more importantly, if you're new, subscribe. Get subscribed to the channel right away, not tomorrow, not yesterday, right away. Jump over to the community page, participate in some of the polling, and bring your tear-offs because the roost tends to fly. Get into the comments. We asked, was the Kitchen Deegan crash hard racing or dirty racing? Let's go ahead and jump over and take a look at some of that polling, take a lap around the comments, and then we're going to meet back here and wrap it up. Let's get started. All right, race fans, buckle up, strap in, roll up your windows, lock your doors, throw on an open face and a fresh pair of tear-offs because the roost is about to fly. After only 17 hours, 1,000 votes, and the chat board lighting up like a Christmas tree with 129 comments when asked, Kitchen and Deegan crash dirty or hard racing? 61% of you said dirty move, bro. Well, 39% of you said hard racing, dude. Well, there it is there. Let's go ahead and jump in and take a lap around a few of your comments. DJ Rad pulls up to the starting gate, rocking his open face, and comes in with Jordan Smith, Cody Shaw, Cole Davies, all loving the karma served up by Kitchen. About time somebody stood up to Deegan. Kid's been unchecked for 3 seasons. Boom, and there it is there. Could it just be a little bit of karma? I don't know. Quite possibly. Definitely a good point, though. Thanks for the comment. Let's see who's up next. Roger Huff pulls a tear off and comes in with Kitchen hit him so hard he flew off his own bike. That was definitely on purpose. Boom, and there it is there. Chalk one up for a dirty racing. Thanks for the comment. Let's see who's up next. John Coe clicks skiers and goes flying by with, if Joe Shimoda wins the title, put a yellow plate with an asterisk on his bike. I'm all for rubbing elbows, but not when somebody who's not even in the title race is intentionally taking other guys out. Boom, and there it is there. You got a good point. Chalk one up for a dirty racing. Let's see who's up next. Kyle Strever goes flying by with his scoop tire and comes in with, this may have been payback for something Deegs did off screen. Either way, it's all good, and Danger is probably okay with it more than the commentators clutching their pearls. This is Moto, Gladiator Games, Bloodsport, boom, and there it is there. That's what I'm saying, my brother. Thanks for the comment. Let's see who's up next. Last but certainly not least, lucked out, crosses the finish line, lights the candle, gets the Bubba neck burn, and comes in with, Deegan would do it. If you're going to talk the talk, be ready to walk the walk. And there it is there. Gladiator Games, blood sport, modern day, Evel Knievel stuff. Deegan's got priors. He can't dish it out if he can't take it. He took it pretty well. I actually think this is a good thing for the series and the sport. We need more of this. I don't want to see anybody get hurt, but this is in fact a dangerous sport. Thanks to everybody who participated. Make sure you guys jump in, bring some tear-offs, get into the comments. There's certainly some barn burners in there. Now let's jump back to the studio and wrap this one up. All right, friends, welcome back, and there you go. So, and thanks to everybody, like I said, for participating. If you're new, get in there, bring an open face, throw on some tear-offs. Like some of the best bench racing on YouTube happening right here at this channel. So thanks, you guys. I appreciate that very, very much. But the reality is this. I believe Levi Kitchen had to do what he had to do that. I'm glad that he did that. I'm not glad that it ended the way it did, but I like the fact that he got aggressive because it's getting a little bit, I don't know, the AMA, I mean, they're handing out penalties now like crazy. I'm just happy we didn't have to hear from the AMA. This Mike Pelletary or whatever his name is, I don't even know, but it's something like that. They need to find somebody else to have come on and explain when they're doing stuff in these rules, because he seems like somebody that's kind of full of himself, kind of a little bit power tripping with his position, but he clearly doesn't have the ability to bring any character to the camera. Not that that's his job, but on one hand it really is, because this is television, right? We need to be animated, have personality, right? That's what we want. That's the only reason you guys are here with me today. You want to be entertained, educate, and inform. You got to do all three of those. So if you have a camera behind you, I don't care at what aspect, level, or situation it is, you've got to be a little more, I don't know, personable. There's just no personality there. Now I get it. Now, you get a camera behind you. Sometimes it's hard, man. It's hard. You got to definitely practice that. He probably doesn't get a lot of practice. So I don't want to just throw the dude all the way under the bus. But at least we didn't have to hear from him explain why. Maybe we will at the next race at Vegas. Or we
got the AMA official to tell us why Levi Kitchen didn't get the penalty, but he just got a warning because he had no prior.
Who cares? We need to see more of this. Yes, it sucks. It pretty much costed Deegs the championship. Deegan kind of got robbed of the championship. But this is motocross, right? This is dangerous stuff. I mean, in a track that's hard to pass on, this was his chance to try to get in there and do it. He clearly I respect Levi. He got in there and got his hands dirty and tried to race. Yes, it doesn't look too good for him. Yes, he might get a little heat. He's probably going to get some hate. But like I always say, any publicity is good publicity. If people are talking crap, at least they're talking. And final thoughts. I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a moto guy that wants to see you not only win on the track, off the track. Understand the waters you're swimming in now. They're shark infested. Levi Kitchen, welcome to the swimming pool, my brother. He took down Danger Boy Deegs. That's a tough one, my brother. But the reality is this. Rubbin is racing. You did come in and dive bomb him and went in pretty hard, but I don't think that your intention was to totally take the guy out. I think you were definitely trying to rub with him, come in here, take the line, but I don't think it was your intention to put him on the ground, and I definitely know it wasn't your intention to put yourself on the ground. But in the meantime, Walty will be here to blow the lid off at every step of the way. Because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media link in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, or simply search up Walty Wanders MX on Instagram. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Don't go over the bars. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video.